Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is Luffy Murdoch here, and here to do another episode of a review of The Promised Neverland, episode 4. So, yeah, let's get started on with the video. So, basically, we start off the episode with Big Mom, no, Big Mom, please. We start off the episode with Mum and sister arguing and stuff. For some reason, forgot the reason why, but sister is no, big mum is quite annoyed at the sister, um, and she's just like really manipulative and like really like horrible and stuff. Like, no, it's just the way she looks at him. I think she's quite like power hungry, if you know what I mean, and that's what like motivates her and stuff. Like, she's just like very malicious, very emotionless, like a psychopath sort of thing, or sociopath. I don't know really know what it's called, but she like tries to make out like, oh, this is I'm such a good person and that sort of thing. But when she's just an evil witch, and so yeah, and then sister goes back into her. For some reason, sister's quite like, sorry, before I go on to the next part, but sister's quite like sweating and that sort of thing. She's like sitting there like, oh my god, like scared. Like, it could be a potential sister could be a someone who's in training at the minute to become a mum, but she's got like not passed three tests or anything, but she still has the potential of being like food for the demons. So I think that's where the direction is going. But to fully like satisfy like her will not to like die or anything, like completely not die, because she can still die, I presume, but the way she's reacting and stuff, she like just got like really like scared and stuff with mum, and like mum has the power in her hands to possibly I've read the manga, obviously, by the way, people, so just bear that in mind if you're watching this and you've read the manga. That like I just haven't got to that part yet. But anyway, like she could like mum's like has her life in her hands, because obviously she doesn't have that sort of like power. Anyway, then she goes into her room. She's like proper psychotic, and she rips the head off the doll. Like, just like, if it wouldn't really bother you if someone was like talking to you that way. Well, it would do, but especially added stress considering the fact that she could potentially be in danger, like I just said. So yeah. And Ray, Emma, and Norman continue to play tag with all the other kids to train them up to get them athletically fit and get them like tactically fit when they go running and that sort of thing. And yeah, it just shows some scenes of them like playing tag, obviously, and like just like running away and that sort of thing, or just playing tag, obviously. But then it gets to a scene where they're talking about everything and what everything's going on and that sort of thing. They're talking about the traitor, but also they said, I don't think it's gonna happen. But he said like, oh, we've got about 10 days to carry out the plan from now on November 8th, so it'll be like 30th of no, 31st, I believe, of October. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, it'll be 30th of October, Halloween, I think. No, just the day after Halloween, sorry. I think, anyway. I'm not too sure. But yeah. So, and they were just like discussing it. Emma gets upset. I can't remember why. Just because the traitors and that sort of thing. But then later on in the episode, she does say like, even if the traitor like but it does lead to something else, by the way. But if they do find out who the traitor is, like, she just wants to save their life. It's not really a big deal or anything like that. And Ray and Norman are like just saying, they're like, oh, we gotta watch out because there could be some traitor, like, or somebody looking out, which you do find out at the end of the episode. If you haven't watched it, by the way, go and watch it. Go have a watch yourself. It's brilliant. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, what happens next? Okay, so the girl in the last episode, there's a girl with glasses on, and um, this other gentleman as well. They start talking about they basically like Emma and the other one basically to like rat them out sort of thing, not like rat them out, but like see if they like I what you call it, like they like mess up or anything, because they want they obviously might be the rats and stuff or the traitors. So they tell what's going on, and the dude doesn't really understand, um, like what's like he doesn't believe that this is gonna that what he's saying is true, like about the human trafficking, about the demon. It doesn't actually, they don't know about the demons. It's just that all they know is just about human trafficking. Um, they don't want to. Sorry, I keep saying them a lot. So long, but just like yeah, he doesn't believe it. But Emma and Norman basically can like just say to him like, oh, why doesn't like Connie and that just like respond, like send you messages and letters back to us and that sort of thing. And basically they both get in that sort of thing. But the girl believed it from the start and that sort of thing. So they cut on later onto the episode. The girl starts to get out. The one that thinks most likely the rat. I don't know why the other dude was there to see that. They must have like thought that he was just one of the one of the traitors or anything, something like that. So she goes into mother's room. No, she goes into walks out. Emma sees it, and she goes into this room, and then yeah. So then she starts talking to sister. Turns out to be sister. And she like freaking just to ask. She asks like what's going on and stuff, and she says like, sorry. She says, oh like, oh, it's nothing now. You can leave me alone. Because she thinks there was something bothering her. But what we do see is like a letter go through some mother's back under the mother's door, and it says like a rope is like fully escaped, like a Roman, like a rope is under Roman's bed, and yeah, we got to find out who it is. And turns out it ain't the girl with the glasses. That's all. And then she then the sister like tries to catch her out, and like she says like Ray, Norman, Emma, like they know what's going on and everything, don't they? And the girl cleverly says like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, and basically tries to cleverly get out of the situation, thankfully. And so the sister gives up, and she says basically she's not gonna quit on it. And so then when she gets back into the room, Emma's back in the room. She's like eavesdropping on the doors, and then yeah, they decide Emma's relieved that happy that she's not the guy, like girl, like ratting them out and that sort of thing. So yeah, and we'll basically cut to the end of the episode, where basically like they talk. Ray and Norman are talking, and this is what I was saying about earlier, how what Emma's saying like, oh, she'll like forgive the traitor and stuff, about like grassing people up and that sort of thing. And yeah, Ray, Norman figure out Ray's the traitor just by that. But for some reason I knew it as well. Like he would, like when it was time to convince like him and that sort of thing. Like he didn't really seem that surprised. Like Ray didn't seem that really surprised when he found out about all the human trafficking and like demons and that sort of thing. So like I was a bit suspicious, Thomas, yeah. But I think they might play this to their advantage, and might like, might play this to their advantage. But they could, by the way, it could still not be Ray. It could be just like unlucky guess, like. But yeah, I highly doubt that's the case. I think it is Ray. I think it's safe they say that for episode 5. This anime has this episode had fantastic intensity, especially when you're walking up the stairs and that sort of thing. and just like going on yeah, just like it just keeps getting better and better. I'm absolutely loving it still. Hasn't lost its edge, hasn't lost its hype. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and that good stuff. And I have to add like a 5-second clip here. So yeah, thank you very much for this, guys. Have a great day. It's Friday today, so ciao.